Some stories say more about real life than they mean to. A throwaway joke, a character nobody thought too hard about. Somewhere in there, the writers got it exactly right. How people actually survive being looked at. Kronk filled it, and nobody noticed what it was costing. In the throne room, he managed commands, announced dinner, and offered spinach puffs all correctly, all at once, while Yzma said without looking up,
Do you want to know something else? Never liked your spinach puffs. Never!
That is not a correction. That is a man being told for the 100th time that the things he does well don't count. Donkey filled it every time Shrek opened his mouth and was right every single time. Then one night at their campsite, Donkey says,
You know what I think? I think this whole wall thing is just a way to keep somebody out.
Shrek tells him to drop it. Donkey doesn't drop it. Shrek warns him. Donkey doesn't move. And Shrek, the one who built an entire identity around not needing anyone, breaks. Donkey's response,
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
he already knew. He was just waiting for the room to arrive where he'd been standing. None of them were what the label said. The label was never about them. 7 different worlds, 1 room, 1 label, same cost. Timon collapsed tunnels. That was the problem. Not ideas that went unheard, not a room that refused to listen. The colony gave him one more chance. Sentry duty, watching the perimeter for predators. He daydreamed.
Oh, look, it's dinner and a show.
And I thought beans were the only musical food.
Well, hi to you too.
The hyenas walked straight through.
I did trust you.
He lost the last thing he had with them. He left, found Pumbaa, and together they built Hakuna Matata, not just as a slogan, but as a specific response to what caring had cost him. He teaches it to a grieving lion cub through a song.
Bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right? Hakuna Matata.
It is a gift. It is also a wall, built by someone who failed at the things the colony valued, got pushed out for it, and decided that trying again was not worth what it might take from him next time. Hakuna Matata was scar tissue. When Simba says he's going back, Timon's first reaction is about himself. He doesn't immediately volunteer. That is honest. And it is exactly what makes the hula mean something. He performs in front of the hyena army, in full costume, at full volume, without flinching, because the moment asked for exactly him. Then, when it matters most, he turns to his family and tells them to dig, trap tunnels, the exact thing he was worst at, the exact thing that got him expelled from every room he'd ever belonged to. He uses it at Pride Rock, and it worked. The thing the colony couldn't forgive him for was the thing that ended the war. The one who avoids the demand is not always a coward. Sometimes it is someone who failed once at real cost, built the avoidance as the only rational response, and came back anyway when the moment was right, carrying the exact failure that made him useful. Donkey is right about Shrek almost every time he opens his mouth. The interesting part is the room's response every single time. In the onion scene, Shrek explains that ogres have layers. Donkey responds by talking about parfait. The scene is framed as him missing the metaphor entirely. He didn't miss it. He caught it immediately and offered a cleaner version. Parfait has layers. Nobody argues with parfait. He made the same point in a single sentence and moved on without waiting for acknowledgement, because he already knew the acknowledgement wasn't coming. He diagnoses Shrek at the campsite, pushes until Shrek breaks, senses Fiona's secret without being told, and holds it without exposing it. He never leaves.
I helped rescue the princess. I did half the work. I get half the booty. Now hand me that big old rock, the one that looks like your head. Back off. No, you back off.
Even when Shrek tells him explicitly to go. At the climax, he organizes the rescue. The one the room coded as noise ran the operation. There is a specific dynamic where someone keeps being right and the room keeps not receiving it. Not because the room thinks they're wrong, because the container doesn't match what the room expects truth to arrive in. The information is identical. The container determines whether it lands. The The dismissal was never about intelligence. It was about how inconvenient accuracy becomes when it arrives from the wrong source. Some rooms don't have a problem with what is being said. They have a problem with who is saying it. Kronk is a different problem. He wasn't dismissed because of how he said things. He was dismissed because nobody ever aimed him toward anything worth saying. He hears a squirrel mid-conversation and translates it. Relevant, accurate information played as a gag. When the restaurant chef quits mid-service, Kronk takes over the entire kitchen without missing a beat. Full service, specialty dishes, nothing dropped. And in the jungle, half asleep, he cross-references two separate observations, a palace sighting, a chance encounter at a diner, and reconstructs the fugitive's exact probable location.
He must have taken him back to his village, so if we find the village, we find him, and if we find him, we find Cusco. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Just confirming it checked out. Delivers a complete, solved logic chain before Yzma has finished processing the first word. His father arrives wanting a son with a house, a wife, a conventional life. Every skill Kronk actually has, the cooking, the logic, the way people trust him immediately, the squirrel, was dismissed long before Yzma ever entered the picture. The label did not start with the job, it started at the dinner table. He didn't drift into the wrong room because he lacked direction. He drifted in because nobody ever handed him a different one. The shape of the vacancy fit. Nobody stopped to ask whether the vacancy was the right shape for Kronk. Donkey was dismissed because of who was speaking. Kronk was dismissed because nobody aimed him anywhere else. Same label, different wound. Mushu had none of Timon's philosophy. He just showed up.
Did I hear someone ask for America? Let me hear you say, ow! That's close enough.
Too small, breathing smoke instead of fire. Arriving on a cricket.
Come on, you're gonna stay, you're gonna work. So heed my word.
When he volunteered before the ancestor spirits, they laughed. Actually laughed. And he stood there, took it, and went anyway.
That's it. I make Mulan a war hero and they'll be begging me to come back to work. That's the master plan.
His stated motivation was not noble. He needed to restore his own honor. He was not hiding that. Somewhere between leaving and arriving, Mulan stopped being his ticket and became someone he actually believed in. And the quality the ancestors demoted him for, the theatrical overcommitment, the inability to do anything at half volume, was not something he corrected. It was exactly what won every battle. In the mountain pass, situation unwinnable, Mulan grabbed Mushu and used him to light the last rocket. His fire. The avalanche buried the army. The excess the room laughed at was the mechanism of the wind. Not despite it, because of it. Some qualifications don't come from training at all. They come from something the room never had to survive. Cid's family left him at the start of Ice Age. They got up early, tied his hands and feet, gagged him with a field mouse, and migrated without him. The wound that explains everything that follows, every attachment he forms, every refusal to let go.
Promise me that you'll leave me alone after that.
Okay, hey, what's your problem?
You are my problem.
Well, I think you're stressed, and that's why you eat so much. I mean, it's hard to get fat on a vegan diet.
Every time he keeps asking after a reasonable person would have stopped. In Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Manny's new family pulls the herd's attention elsewhere. Diego tells Cid it's time to move on.
I'm good at making friends. I'll make my own herd. That's what I'll do.
Cid falls into an underground cavern and finds 3 dinosaur eggs. He doesn't see a problem, doesn't see a complication.
Oh, poor guy. I know what it's like to feel abandoned. Don't worry, not alone anymore.
He is also saying it to himself. He raises the dinosaur babies. Their mother comes back, a T-Rex, furious, enormous, between Cid and the exit. And the baby dinosaurs step between Cid and their own mother. They choose him. The universally unwanted character became the one others fought to protect. He didn't get there through a credential. He got there at a breakfast table watching his family pack without waking him. The thing that excluded him from every room was the exact equipment the room could not otherwise provide. The wound was the qualification. Dory's situation is different because the thing the room dismissed was real. The memory loss is real.
Are they? Can I help you?
Something's wrong with you, really. You're wasting my time.
The label, the fish whose brain doesn't work, the liability the mission has to work around, is based on something that is actually happening.
Oh, no.
If this is some kind of practical joke, it's not funny. And I know funny. I'm a clownfish.
The room wasn't wrong that something was different. It was wrong about what different meant. She has the address memorized from the first scene.
So what did it say? What did the mask say?
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Holds it across everything that happens between the surface and the moment Marlon needs it. Every distraction, every crisis, everything else her brain drops. She holds that.
We going in there?
Yep.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yep.
The film shows this once and moves on without examining it. Nobody stopped to check what else she knew, because the label was already in place and the question was never going to get asked. In Finding Dory, we see what her parents built, a trail of shells across the ocean floor, a path home made of beautiful things. Jenny and Charlie didn't try to fix the way Dory's attention moved. They designed around it, knowing she would follow what was beautiful even when she couldn't follow facts. Every day, they went out and laid more shells. When Dory finally finds them again, they're each still carrying armfuls. They never stopped. Her specific kind of attention, emotional, nonlinear, drawn to what is beautiful rather than what is logical, was not the flaw the mission had to survive. It was the engine the mission ran on. Without Dory, Marlon doesn't move. The liability was the thing that made everything else possible. The room brought a standard set of expectations. The case got solved by what those expectations couldn't account for. Mater operates the same way in a completely different world. He mistakes wasabi for pistachio ice cream, rushes to the fountain to wash out the burning, grabs the mic.
Whatever you do not eat the free pistachio ice cream. It has turned.
And in those same moments, on the spy plane, looking at a photograph of an engine nobody in the room can identify, he reads it cold.
That's one of the worst engines ever made. It's an old aluminum V8 with a Lucas electrical system and Whitworth bolts.
He says it like it's nothing. To him, it is. He's been reading engines like that his whole life. His knowledge was never built around professional principles. No intelligence course covers what gets built from decades of direct contact with individual machines in one specific place. No clearance level replicates it. With a bomb attached to him and 1 second on the clock, Mater lays out the full deduction in front of everyone. The Whitworth bolts on the bomb match the bolts from the photograph of the old British engine. Old British engines don't convert to electric. If there's no oil under them, there's no oil in them, which means Sir Miles Axelrod never converted either. He was leaking oil in Japan. He blamed it on Mater, and his voice deactivates the bomb.
Deactivate! Bomb deactivate.
The intelligence apparatus that missed everything stands and watches a tow truck close the case. He never rose to their standard. He measured something their standard had no markings for. Some rooms only bring one ruler, and when that ruler doesn't fit, the room calls it a deficiency.
How did the tow truck figure it out?
The knowledge doesn't change. Every room that assigns the label too early does the same thing. It locks in a dynamic. The label sticks. The arrangement solidifies. And after a while, nobody is checking anymore. The room has reorganized itself around the conclusion. The smart one stays smart. The leader stays in front. And the one at the bottom stays at the bottom, which means the whole structure holds. What gets left behind is not abstract. It is specific. Kronk's deduction, delivered to someone who barely heard it. Dory's address that nobody thought to ask about. Timon's tunnel trap, built from the exact failure that got him expelled, winning the war nobody else could end. The room wasn't wrong that someone needed to fill the space. It was wrong that filling the space meant the space was all they were. Donkey said,
"Oh, now we getting somewhere."
After the room finally confirmed what he already knew. Kronk said,
"It's all coming together."
To no one, just confirming the logic checked out. Mater closed the case with a bolt.
Then you're faking it. You didn't convert to no electric.
Sid said,
Don't worry, not alone anymore.
To something that couldn't answer, and meant it for both of them. 7 characters, 7 different mechanisms, 7 ways a room decides, and 7 different things left on the table when it stopped checking. The thing it dismissed as noise was running the operation. What it called a liability was the engine. The thing it laughed out of the hall closed the case. The room had already decided, it just hadn't finished paying for the decision yet.